Hey everyone, this is the Canadian Comic Geek here with another episode of Weekly Comic Reviews. Unfortunately, me and the guys at Just Push Player have been busy most of the week, so now it's going to be another audio video. Hoorah! Alright, there have been a lot of comics, and there were a lot of good comics, but only very few that you can actually just walk into without not having any idea who the characters are. Alright, to start off the bat, we have issue 10 of Bravest Warriors. Now, to clarify this, for those of you who don't know what Bravest Warriors is, it's Pendleton Wars' newest cartoon that came out last year. And you don't know who Pendleton Ward is, he's the guy who basically created the show Adventure Time. Here's the interesting thing about Bravest Warriors. The comic came first before the show, which is a YouTube series so you can easily just find it on YouTube. Okay, this issue, however, is mainly focuses on the character Chris Kirkman, the guy in blue riding the virtual bee. Also, you get to see him finding the cutest, most adorable creature ever, Catbug, which you have to look up as soon because he is adorable. And which eventually turns out wasn't an adventure about him rescuing Catbug or badly playing a game of chess with death. It looks like we found someone who's even worse at games than death. Anyway, we to find out that he basically likes to have holographic adventures in what they call the Holojon. Now, the Holojon is basically exactly what it sounds. It's a holodeck and a bathroom. Yeah. Other than that, I would just read this just for Catbug, because he is adorable and one of my favorite characters. Other than that, this is one of the better issues, and well, this is actually meant for children, which is weird because I've seen the show. It doesn't seem like it should be for anyone who's 8 or younger. Anyway, pick this up if you're a fan of Adventure Time because it's a fun read. Okay, now this is for a slightly older audience because this comic, kind of like Blazing Saddles, is very offensive. Which is weird because there's no swears or racist slurs and names and whatnot, but the tone is there. Issue 13 of Deadpool, and as you can see, it has an early 70s vibe with Deadpool having an afro and well, this is where I think this is why this is for an older audience. Luke Cage, aka Power Man, acts like how a stereotype black character would be in the 1970s. And even weirder, it's Deadpool and the Heroes for Hire, Power Man and Iron Fist, fighting the one villain. The name I kind of cringe a little. He's basically a pimp with the power to turn people to stone, called the White Man. Let that sink in. A pimp called the White Man. Anyway, if you're a fan of Deadpool and if you're a much older audience kind of thing, pick this up. It is hilarious and also this basically also a short story. Deadpool in 70s disco clothes. How bad can that be? All right, and this is because this is gonna be a very short list. It's the third and final issue for this week. The micro series Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 4 on the villain known as Elopex. Now, for those of you who are Ninja Turtle fans and don't know who Elopex is, well, Elopex was introduced in December 2011, where right around that year when the new Ninja Turtle comic came to stores. She basically got introduced in a Raphael one shot and basically it's like a new character made by Eastman, who was written by, well, actually I forget. No, basically he was created by Eastman, and this character was intriguing, so intriguing that when the villain series came out, when her came one shot, my God, it is amazing. Like, even if you're not a Ninja Turtle fan, pick this up. You would be hooked on Ninja Turtles just by reading this. That's all I'm saying. Basically, Alapik is not just a mutant Arctic fox, in case you don't know what kind of animal she is. She is one badass ninja. And here's the kicker: she works for the Shredder. In fact, she is the most loyal ninja you will ever find, doing the Shredder's bidding. Even when, say, other ninjas betrayed her, she would literally come in, beat up the guy they were selling out to, then hand them similar weapons as the Ninja Turtles, puts on a blindfold, and beats the tar out of them. And wins, basically. This is a really exciting book. And basically, you get to see, like, basically how devoted she is to Shredder, and how, like, she actually literally changed, and her devotion wavers by the end of this issue. If I talk any more about this, I would spoil the entire thing. So I say, if you could find this, pick this up. This is one of those comics you would not be disappointed in. It's one of those comics that makes you want to read more, if you can believe it or not. Other than that, those are 3 issues I would recommend to start off for those who aren't fans of comics but like to start. So, thank you all for listening. Next week, Just Push Play, we'll have another weekly video set up starring me, the Canadian Comic Geek, and I would like to thank you all for listening and watching both my channel and their channel. So, thank you everybody, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye!